Welcome everyone to Close Reading Poetry. My name is Adam Walker, and I'd like to share an opportunity for you to study the English canon with me. The course, Foundations of English Poetry, from Old English to Contemporary Poetry, has already begun, as many of you know. You can find it in the playlist in which this video is a part of. And we've just reached about halfway, and I've just scheduled the remaining lectures. Where is this course offered? I'm currently offering the live version of this course on Patreon. Students come, they listen to the lecture live, and then the lecture is followed with questions and answers and with discussion. Afterward, conversations are followed up on the Patreon platform. For those who are not able to make the live lecture, I offer office hours 2 days after. So I post the lecture, share it with the supporters, and they're able to watch it and then come meet at a different time with me, and we'll discuss aspects of the poems. And people who were there at the lectures often, sometimes come to the office hours as well, and they're welcome to do that. But it's a place where we can talk, where we can process what we've been reading, what we've been learning, in an environment that resembles the classroom. Again, this is an opportunity for public readers of different ages and backgrounds to study the English canon of poetry for themselves, people who might not have the opportunity to study this in a college classroom. This course aims at breadth, not depth. So you've noticed, those of you who have been following along on YouTube, that I have an entire lecture on Old English poetry, an entire lecture on Middle English poetry. Those time periods span about 400 to 500 years. That's a lot to fit into a 30 to 50 minute lecture. So this is to give you a survey, some of the main themes, to equip you with better understanding of the historical, political, religious backgrounds that have influenced the composition of these poems. And it's my hope that the insight you gain through these lectures and through discussion with other readers, that you'll come to not only a better understanding, but it will equip you with the ability to enjoy the poems better. There's no required reading beforehand. I'm envisioning these lectures as introductions to, say, a book or an anthology. They provide the tools so you know what to look for, the major themes of the period, what poetry meant to these readers in this time, and where to look for beauty, how to see beauty in poetic language. I want to provide a lecture map of the English canon of poetry. Now I say English because in this series we're reading mostly English. We read some poetry from Welsh, Scottish, Irish, even American authors in these lectures, but this is primarily English poetry. The idea is to fill out a map. So this is the foundation course. I'm going to come back in future months and offer courses on, let's say, an entire course on Old English poetry, where we're spending several weeks reading many of the poems. We're close reading Beowulf, we're close reading some of the elegies, we're reading some of the riddles, going a little bit deeper than what I was able to do in a single lecture for this series. Now this runs till May 28th. After that, I'll probably offer a couple of courses in the summer and a few more in the fall. My goal is to populate my YouTube channel with a map of the English canon, so you know what to look for, and to better equip public readers for exploring traditions of English poetry on their own. So if that's interesting to you, feel free to follow along on YouTube. If you'd like to support my public humanities work with this project, you can join as a patron student. And the link to my Patreon is down below. There you'll have access to the live lectures, the discussion, the Discord, and some of the other opportunities I'll be putting up there for future lectures as well. So if that interests you, check that out. Thanks everyone for watching, and until next time.